Hi, this is Big Mama, and I just finished doing my mini challenge in the challenge for Dear Julie's challenge, and this is for the month of June 2026, and she had us do a list journal, and I used her Americana Hydrangea digital that is in her Etsy shop. And so I want to just get right in here. She said for us to make any kind of cover we wanted. So I used brown envelope that was from Amazon that had the bubble package inside it and a little smile on the front of it. And she said to use anything we wanted, but we needed to use two things. And so I had some old grungy lace curtain that I'd gotten from Sarita, two different types, and so I used that on the inside of this brown paper. And on the outside, I used a lot of the distressed oxide inks and some beeswax, and so worked the outside to give it a good leather look to it. Added some, I'm looking at it right now, added some trim to it, and then Penny Pudge had sent me some seam binding that is coffee stained, and so I wove that in through the trim for my tie on it. And we were also to make a no hassle tassel, and so let me show you what it looks like here. This is my mini challenge in the challenge list journal, and it's like 4.5 inches wide and then the 8.5 inches tall. And we were to do a collage on the front of it that had 5 different things, and so I had some items that I'd gotten, little few things that Susan Taylor Brown had sent me, and so this was a part of that. These pieces here, this is from a Tim Holtz die cuts of some leaves, and this is a Tim Holtz bird. And the reason why I picked that is because there's a brown, beautiful little thrush type bird. I'm not a bird person, but hopefully by the time I finish this, maybe I'll know a little bit more about them. But I wanted to put that in there, and then I put some bling in the middle of it to do all 5. And then the different inks that I rubbed on there, and then you can see where I waxed it to give it that wonderful feel, and you can see where some of the ink, because of the bubble that is in the brown paper, picked up on it, and I just thought that that was a really cool texture. And then like I said, I sewed this trim on, and then I wove the seam binding in through it so that you could sew it shut. And then I sewed in the curtain inside here, 2 different pieces, this one and this one. And I was laughing with the ladies that if you look really hard, you can see the Amazon smile that's going to come from front to back. So from front to back, you got a smile from Amazon in here. And this is her digital, and so I just made it in. Let me make sure I don't have it upside down. So this little cute little bird is going to be throughout here, and I wanted to put that in there in the pocket. The pockets did not have to be filled, but I have a tendency to do that. We also, she wanted us to add a sticker label, so I put that. This actually, the digital had a little letter here with a stamp on it, and so I just covered that up with that this book belongs to. And so this is the back side of the digital. I printed this on here, and we had different papers that specialty papers, and so my friend Crystal Brown had sent me some of these papers, and so I tri-folded it, and so these 2 for the flip out on this side, and then the single side is on the other half of the book. There are 25 pages in here, and so it's a thick, I'm not used to doing my signatures as 25. They're usually like a maximum of 8, so this was new for me, but it is a list journal. And she said that she wanted us to make a paper clip out of a playing card, And so I folded it in half, and the paper clip is inside it, and then I used some buttons on the paper clip and did that on it. And just stick that on the page here. I really can. And then we were to have pages that were the same, but side by side, but different as you open it. This is going to be different from this. And then the digital. And I really love how beautiful that was. And then these, we were to use short ones that were the same. And so I put them there. And we were able graph paper or ledger, and there's my graph paper. And this is a paper pad that I put a pocket on the bottom and have a little tags in the end. Oh no, this is my playing card that is a scrappy notebook. More places for your lists. With all these birds, it may be that you're a bird watcher and you want to make this your bird watching journal. The birds that you're going to see. And then this was another specialty paper that was actually made out of currency, recycled currency. Some more of her digital. And then this one we were to do a little pocket on here, and it's called a 6-pack, and so when it's folded up, they have the pocket, and then there'll be 2 more on the other side. And so there's my little pocket there, the tag in it. More of the digital. And some more specialty paper that I got from Crystal. And some blue and white music paper. We could pick any paper we wanted, and so I wanted to add that. And ledger. And then another pocket using the paper pad. And I backed it with some of the graph paper. And this, I used tissue paper and lined it with the tissue paper. And then we were supposed to use a treat bag. And so this treat bag was too wide. And so I trimmed the back down and then brought the front around to the back to make it smaller. And then this is her digital. And I have some paint that I put on the bag and then put the digital over. And then I had a layaway ticket that I used to put in the pocket. And when I glued the pocket in, I glued it just this down and then the side here, and then also made it a pocket on the side here, and then just folded up the digital. I'll get back to it. And then I printed on both sides of the paper. And used some stationery in here, and some more of the pocket with different cards in the pocket to fill them. And stationery is in here as well as the ledger, and some more of that paper. And that comes out. And the digital here. And when I folded, it was a tall tag page, and so when I folded it, the other half is over there on the other side of the signature. So then this, and then when I folded it, this I took and trimmed up around and then glued it down here and here to make it a pocket. And then I had a book that has big pictures of these birds, and so I just folded it in on itself to make it a tag that you can write on. And then the 6-pack, this again folds out and has little cards in it that you can write on. And some more space for you to write for the digital. And that paper money. And again, there's tag. And then on this here, on the back of it, we were to do a long side pocket. And so I curved cut it here on the inside and glued this down over here on this edge. And so cut the sliver in instead of just straight down. And then we were to make a tag that was to look like a file folder. And so I had some watercolor paper that had been coffee dyed and turned that into the tag for a writing spot on the back. But with the digital, when I glued it on, I also glued it to where it has a pocket then here with a card. And that goes in that little curve side pocket. Some more, I'm sorry about that. It's the weather. And some more of that specialty paper. And then this flips out. And the pocket in the back, again, I use the encyclopedia page. And this is Eastern Phoebe. So that is my mini challenge in the challenge. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.